What's up, guys? It's James from This Week in Airsoft, back here with a interview for you. We have got TDZ. Is it TDZ Airsoft, guys?
Team Danger Zone.
Team Danger Zone. That's right, Team Danger Zone. Um, we've got Jaws, Cruz, and Mule with us to talk about all their exploits and some of the projects that are near and dear to their hearts. What's up, guys?
Well, we're doing a lot. Team's only been together for about 6 months, and we're trying to make this thing into a steamroller. Constantly recruiting, constantly going to ops. Just this year, we've had people at Swift Justice, Charizard, Camp Grayling, Cove, Black Sheep Jock, AMS Ironclad. We're trying to play all the major promoters, and as time and money permit, we want to get all over the country.
Yeah, you won't find a busier group of guys from what I've kind of determined from talking to you and stuff off the record. You got off the mic here. You guys are extremely busy and trying to do everything at once, and I commend you for that. Um, so tell us just the last couple ops you've been at, because I know some of them we had a couple guys at, and other guys have been to. Um, so let's hear about that. You were at Ironclad, right, and Fulda?
Yeah, we did Full the Gap. And before that, a couple of us went down and we're on the op four at Ironclad. Another local team was kind enough to invite us to fill in some of their numbers for that. So that was pretty excellent.
Okay, cool. What was your take on Ironclad? Was it a good time?
Yeah, it was a really good time. I heard that some people had some complaints, but really I don't see it. We had a blast. We felt like AMS did a great job. I mean, all the role playing that they do, they take that stuff a little bit more in depth than some of the other games. So it's really fun to see that stuff.
Do you
Well,
good?
I was gonna say part of the complaints you guys probably got was that you guys were beating up on them a little too hard.
Yes, we did get that from the later in the night.
Well,
That's good,
Eric,
man. That's the best kind of complaint.
Eric from DMZ was kind enough to let us use some of his equipment, and that was a crazy good time. I'd never got to try out any kind of night vision or anything like that before, so we definitely had a blast trying that stuff out.
Yeah, Eric Dimsey's a cool guy, the king of night vision. He brings bundles and bundles of night vision to AMS games. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he was a really good dude. I was happy to meet him. He was a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Did you guys get how would you feel, do you feel like between the other ops you've been to, the immersion was really where it needed to be at a AMS game?
Well, no, we were on the op force, so we were doing immersion all day. We were on the
Okay.
fragos, we're doing death scenes. I wasn't actually on the direct action mission, but Cruz here was. He can talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, that was very interesting. It was great to hear as soon as you volunteered to be a captive, they ask you, "What's your safe word?" And at first, I was a little caught off guard, going, "Safe word? Why do I need a safe word?" And they're like, "Well, they're gonna tackle you, they're gonna beat you, and just make sure you have a safe word so they know when to stop and when you're just going too far."
And Frosty got waterboarded.
Yeah, Rusty got waterboarded. So I'm like, okay, great. So I get my safe word, and it was very interesting. They weren't kidding when they said they go after you. Those teams, they allow them to do what they need to do. And yeah, I was just saying that by the time they got me into the vehicle, we wiped out of the group of 30. I think there's only one or two left. So it was very interesting, and I think
Oh, you're talking about during the Frago when you were the
yes, when I was a
hostage.
hostage there, the Frago,
Yeah, we
yeah.
did this awesome Frago. Cruz was a hostage, and I was like holding him hostage. I was walking around with a gun to his head, and they like grabbed him up and had him flex cuffed. He was trying to fight him off. That was cool.
That was in the two-story house or whatever.
No, that was before that. This was in the South Village,
Okay.
middle of the day on Saturday. Yeah, the actual direct action mission they did for a bunch of guys. It was some of the EVIC crew, I think some of the Elite Force guys. I'm not.
Yeah, boots on the ground one. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was that was off on the south field. There's another abandoned house out that way. and there's a group of us, me and a few other individuals. We went up there and did the filming for that. We smoked all the e-bike guys. They were running upstairs with smoke on the ground, coughing their way and wheezing their way into the rooms. We lit them up. We had firecrackers thrown at them. We gave them a hard time. We scared a few of them with some frags we threw at them.
Dude, didn't Jet blow you away? Didn't he,
Oh yes,
shoot
Jet.
you a bunch of
Yeah.
times?
I didn't care, but Jed, he came busting through the door, and I was lighting up Jed and another gentleman coming through the door, and they lit me up, and my whole arm was just all red from blood, just dripping down. It was glorious. It was perfect. I couldn't
man.
do anything better with that.
Yeah, the AMS. I mean, yeah, if you guys haven't done that, they're intense. If you go out to an AMS event with a team, take a frago, do the damn mission, get into the extra stuff because they're really doing it. And they're really giving a pretty intense experience.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If I can jump in here, I actually have not been to one of the AMS events yet, due to work. But I will say, from my military experience and listening to what my teammates have told me from these events, they seem to follow actually a pretty good guideline as to the OPFOR we would do for real military training. I mean, I know my guys go hard, but it would be just the same in real military operations. I mean, these guys are taught to pretty much give them hell. And I'm excited to get to one of these events so I can see how closely these guys have mastered the art of running an operation.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Everything I've heard about them is very good. You definitely got to get out to one. Definitely. I wish I could get out to one. I haven't been out to one yet. I've had guys who've gone, but I've never been. They are supposed to be pretty awesome. All right, so tell us about Full to Gap. How was that?
All right, well,
a lot of hills.
About this,
a lot of hills.
Yeah, well, Fulda's a big field. It's Command Decisions Warfare Center. There's 78 acres, and it's very dynamic. There's hills, there's trenches, there's some small structures, but that field is definitely a workout. I mean, there's places where if you're in a firefight in a certain place, you might have a half a mile or a three-quarter mile round trip to your respawn, and they do no medics. If you get shot, you go to respawn. So that game is definitely won by attrition, by the guys that have the stamina to keep running back and back and back to go respawn again. That's the war is cardio, not BB.
Jeez.
Or to replace broken weapons.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, we broke a lot of guns at Fulda.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't want you to compare. Would you say that like between like a what we'd call like a more MilSim game and then Full to Gap, two different experiences?
Very.
Yeah, I would say Fold is more of like a paint soft. It's a community. It's a big, huge community game. Where AMS is more of an immersion into a MilSim. It's get the experience, feel how it sort of feels, and challenge yourself.
AMS, Lion Claws, Black Sheep. That's an incredibly intense experience. They do a lot of stuff to mess with you psychologically. They're trying to replicate real military ops. Fulda is a huge community game. Now, not that MilSim players shouldn't go. It's not your average thing. It's not a MilSim by any stretch of the words. But it's a 1,200 player game. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, you'll be charging into a base and you'll have 200 guys charging with you. It's just enormous. But it is more of a community game. Like they allow high caps. They're less strict on the uniforms. There's no squad size regulation, any of that stuff. It's just a massive, massive game, and it's pretty fantastic. I recommend everybody do it at least once.
Okay.
Don't forget tanks.
Oh yeah, and armor. On the East Coast, or at least in the Southeast, we don't have all that many MilSims that do vehicles. I mean, that's the type of AOs we have down here. They don't really allow for it for the most part. The Cove being a notable exception to that, but Fulda, they have some dedicated tank crews, guys that are friendly with the field. They have relationships. They've dealt with the insurance issues, and they have some really good safety guidelines. They run a bunch of simulated armor. Maybe you'll see 6, 7, 8 tanks or technical style vehicles. They have artillery that people have built. There's one guy that comes out sometimes, has a a Mark 19 that shoots Nerfs that was custom built from the ground up. Some of the toys are pretty fabulous.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think the community there is like what keeps that. It's very. I mean, every year it's I hear the same things about the game every year, and then at the same time, people you see people go and they come back and they have these huge smiles on their face. They're like, "Oh, it was great. I had a ball." And I think it's that large scale. That's something we don't normally do. We don't do very well in the U.S. as far as like these massive large scale games. Like I think you'd have to go to like Brigette or something for that. That's the only place I know. Other place I know that could give you 1,000+ player game. So that's pretty awesome.
I should real quick while we're on full to just touch on this for the people that are going to be curious. We're not going to discuss the guy that got caught stealing that's been blowing up all over Facebook. I think he's gotten enough attention, and that's an aspect of the sport. Unfortunately, it happens. The dude got caught. He's being punished. We're glad it got dealt with, and we're just gonna not publicize that any further.
Right, right, yeah, exactly. That's it's just it's beat to death, and yeah, the guy we've all seen his arrest record. I mean, it's like out of hand. So, you know, he was stupid. No one should do it. If you're doing it, you should know the airsoft community is going to annihilate you. So you'll be in the firestorm he's in. So as a word to the wise, at any op, it's a horrible idea. All right, so let's talk about the new project, what you guys are getting into now with Major Bucciarelli. Something that anyone who knows This Week in Airsoft knows is near and dear to our heart. Because we've been on it for a very long time, and we definitely want to talk about it and give it a lot of time. So let's hear about what you guys are getting into now.
Well, first I should note if you've never been to a Black Sheep game, go. I'll keep this short, but they're 24-hour ops. They run noon to noon, no stopping. We sleep in our goggles. That's the highest level of physical stress I feel that I've experienced in airsoft op, and it's pretty amazing. If you haven't checked that out, please do it. The major and his staff are awesome. They run a great game, and he's been very encouraging to us as a team since we're new. I think he's doing great things for the sport. The PTSD MilSim challenge. There's more info available online. I'm not a member of their staff. I'm not really qualified to speak on every detail of it, but basically, I've got a lot of friends and a lot of family that are military. Some of whom have seen some pretty awful stuff, and I think it's a real issue that needs to be brought to national attention more so than it even has. And what the major's trying to do is he is trying to get airsoft more accepted as a legitimate form of therapy for that. Um, and Mule can talk a little bit more about how these type of experiences has affected him in that regard.
Right, yeah, we had him on, guys. So I'm gonna, I don't want to like beat in what the major has talked really eloquently about and screw it up. I will refer to some of his videos he's done about it, and also we had him on the show, and he talked to us about it. So we want to talk about that. I will forward that, have that episode up there so you guys can see it. Um, we definitely want to do that, and we'll be sitting down with him in the beginning of the year, which is a far away, but we'll be talking to him at Shelby also. So we want to tell us what you guys are doing, because you guys are doing a raffle, you're trying to raise some money, you're doing all kinds of things.
Well, we talked about as a team, what's the impact that we want to have, right? Obviously, we play a lot. We try to be cohesive. We try to make an impact on the field. But we also play locally a lot. We run into a lot of new players, and we're trying to be ambassadors for the sport. And it came up at one of our officers' meetings. Why don't we do a public service project, either maybe once a year, try to just give something back to the community and make sure that the sport is having a positive effect on the community as a whole, not only to generate some goodwill, but also to sort of mobilize all of this crazy organization and muscle and motivated people that we have on this team. And having heard the major speak about what he's doing, we just decided that we were going to do that first for his thing. The next one we do will probably be outside of airsoft. It may be breast cancer or leukemia, both of which are things that have touched members of the team in various different ways. The idea is to give something back. So what we're doing is, as a team, we are going to be doing a raffle. It's going to open up in a few days, and all the details will be posted on our Facebook page. You can find us Team Danger Zone Airsoft. It's a big sky blue logo. It's impossible to miss. Um, we are going to be raffling off a brand new Galil that was generously donated by our sponsor, Red Tactical, which is located in Pineville, North Carolina. They're awesome, by the way. Thanks to them, especially Robert. He's looked out for us. He's the manager, one of the owners. We are also going to be raffling off some brand new mags from Z-Shot. These are the ones with the built-in mag pulls. They're brand new to the market. They're actually really nice. They've got high-strength springs. These are ones that are being put out by Amoeba. We're pretty excited about that. We're going to be doing a couple of training knives with custom Kydex sheaths, which is something that we've done as a side project. A couple of our guys have worked on that. And we're going to have a few other prizes as well. We're waiting to hear back from some people, so we're going to be adding some more stuff. Tickets are going to be $5 each, or you get 5 tickets for $20. And 100% of the proceeds are going to be donated to the PTSD MilSim Challenge that Black Sheep's doing. The drawing is going to be the second week in January. So we're going to be selling tickets until then. And we're also going to be talking to some people about maybe doing some outside donations as well.
Very cool, very cool, guys. Yeah, we'll have the links to all this in the show notes and stuff, and we will we'll be mentioning it every show. We'll be talking about it because this is important for us. Maybe maybe Mule, you can tell us a little bit. You have a military background. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about, for guys who don't know and don't understand the impact and how, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but, uh, you know, how airsoft has a positive effect because some guys don't understand or they think, oh, it's bullshit, whatever.
Yeah, I can definitely comment on that. My fellow teammates have actually seen it several times while we're playing airsoft. For those of us that have deployed, especially those of us that have been in heavy combat, one of the hardest things for acclimating when we get back home is actually getting out of that mindset. As odd as it may sound, things are actually a little bit simpler in a combat zone. You don't have to worry about bills. You don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about, who's picking up the dog. All you're worried about is the guy next to you and making it to the next day. And I mean, that's honestly the hardest part about coming home is that you're literally having to reacclimate your entire life to a lifestyle that you're not used to. Whereas with airsoft, it's actually given me an opportunity kind of to turn that switch back on, get back in that tactical mindset, and honestly just relax. I mean, I'm probably at my most calm in the middle of, the heat of the airsoft battle. And I know, like you said, some guys think it's BS and like, oh, it's just airsoft. But for those of us that are, truly into it, it is an experience to be had. I mean, my guys have seen me out on the field, hard charging these guys and just going all out because it's relieving for me. I don't want to get too Debbie Downer on these guys, so I'm not gonna bring up too much. But we've seen some things, we've been through some stuff, and sometimes it's nice to just have a release and just to have something kind of an outlet because we don't have that anymore. Overseas it was every day, whereas when we get home and we're trying to have a regular civilian job and stuff like that, it's not easy.
Right, right. No, yeah, I mean, we had, and guys, you can go back and listen to, I think it was our fourth episode or whatever. The former show host, he was, we talked a lot about it, and it was something close to his heart and close to my heart. With family who suffered from it, my stepfather, uncles, and also the former show host who's my friend. It's definitely it's one of those things I think where as civilians we need to make an effort to help and understand and do what we can because and I'm not trying to. I hate beating soldiers in the head with man, go, thanks for everything you did. I mean, to me, I feel like that's not enough, and I think that supporting something, an effort like this is the least that we can do. I think it's really important, guys, and the incentive shouldn't be necessary, but there's a raffle, so there's an incentive. You guys need to get into it. Um, and like I said, we're gonna have that episode with Major Bucciarelli. I'll cue it up here, so you guys can listen to it. I mean, he's dealt with it. His wife's dealt with it. He talks very passionately about it. So we'll have that up there. I know, Mule, you've got to go. I don't want to keep you on for too long, but
No, it's I'd like to make one last comment on that
absolutely. Go ahead.
I kind of skipped over and I didn't think about. One of the other things that I've loved about the airsoft community, and one of the reasons why it's helped me to acclimate back to regular life, is it's a brotherhood. I
Absolutely.
can definitely say that. I mean, my teammates and even just players that we have on the field, it truly is a brotherhood. We care about each other. It's an honor system, so I get to go and play with some really good stand-up guys. And not that my military guys are gone, it's just I don't get to see them as much because they're still hard charging overseas. And so it brings back that brotherhood and that group of guys I can depend upon and guys that I know have got my back. And that's honestly probably one of the biggest things that has helped me out, is that these guys are there for me 24/7, whether it's on the airsoft field or out. But had it not been for airsoft, I probably wouldn't have such great guys now.
That's what it's about, man. It's a family. It is a brotherhood. The friends I've made in airsoft, I'll have forever. I can call up guys now and say I'm having a problem or whatever. It's about a family, and that's what it is. I'm glad that I'm not the only crazy person who sees it that way. I think I freak people out when I say, "Oh, the airsoft brotherhood."
Oh, well, we're definitely a crazy family together, that's for sure.
No doubt.
That's how it is, man. Uh, so you guys are gonna be launching this. Today is actually the 23rd. You guys will be launching it. The raffle is gonna start on next Monday, and this show's probably airing the Sunday before that Monday. So, um, is there anything else, any sites guys need to go to, any other information? Where can guys find out about TDZ, about what you guys are doing? Give us all the information.
All right. Well, we have the Facebook page where all the raffle info is going to be posted.
Right.
We're going to be doing a YouTube video to show off the prizes and give all the details. That's probably not going to be up until Tuesday, which will be the day after the raffle opens. But again, this thing's going to be going on for a couple of months, so guys will have plenty of time to get involved in it. There's no advantage to getting in early or late. It's just whenever you do it. We just started a team YouTube channel. We've got 2 videos up on there now. It's a brief review and first impressions of the new Knights Armament Stoner LMG that Z-Shot is distributing. They were nice enough to loan us one at Fulda. I think it's pretty awesome. So we did a little short video on that, and some old gameplay footage we put up as a test. So the channel's not going to look like much, but we're planning on doing a lot of content. We're going to be doing reviews. We're going to be doing tips and tactics. We're going to be doing some pretty interesting things, and people will be seeing that over the next few months. But there will definitely be something involving the raffle up on there, and I'll give you the links for all that stuff as well.
Okay, excellent. So yeah, guys, hit them up on all those places. Go subscribe to them on YouTube. Go like their Facebook page. You got to follow this. We want you guys to win this Galil, at least one of you. I'm going to try to, so why not? But yeah, so definitely check them out, guys. And we're going to follow up with you guys as the event gets closer. And you guys are also going to be at Shelby, so we'll get to talk to you guys at Shelby about the aftermath of everything, the raffle, and also catch up with your team and see how you guys are doing, how you liked Shelby, and we'll get that interview and stuff there too. So I really appreciate you guys coming on. Is there anything else that guys need to know? Anything else that you want to let guys know?
Well, I've just got a couple shout outs.
Absolutely.
Like I said earlier, we're sponsored by Red Tactical in Pineville, North Carolina.
Yep.
They're absolutely fantastic. They've taken really good care of us. Anybody that's in that general area should check them out. I got to give a shout out to Viper Squad, which is a local team that we work with closely. We go to events with them, fill out each other's numbers. We train a little bit together. Those guys are fantastic. So if they're listening to this, I appreciate everything you guys have worked with us on. I got to say thanks again to Z-Shot for loaning us the LMG at Fulda. That was fantastic. And if you guys haven't had a chance, please check out Fulda Gap or Shadow Wars at Command Decisions Warfare Center. These guys were originally a paintball field, but they're really trying hard to do some stuff for the airsoft community as well. They're not like a lot of paintball fields where they just 100% support paintball, and if some guys show up to play airsoft, they get the whatever the leftovers. These guys are doing dedicated events. They're huge. They're working with vendors, working with sponsors. So we appreciate what they're doing too.
Okay, very cool.
I'd also like to add, just for the people that do decide to get involved with the raffle, just in advance, as a veteran, I would like to tell everyone that I appreciate everything that you guys do for the PTSD challenge, and I'm definitely looking forward to the turnout and seeing the kind of support that that we can get going for this, because I'm definitely excited about it. Definitely looking forward to seeing what we can do with this.
Excellent.
Mule, I appreciate you coming on, man. I know this stuff isn't the easiest thing to talk about, so I really appreciate you coming and putting it in perspective for us. And before I forget, I should also give a shout out to the guys at AMS. Frosty especially really made us feel at home when we went and did OP4, and we appreciated the opportunity to do that. So thanks to those guys for what they're doing too.
Yeah, there are some good guys there. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you coming on. We're definitely going to have you back. We definitely want to follow up with this. And, well, I'm not going to talk your heads off. I'm pretty good at that. So, thanks for coming on, guys. I'm just going to leave it like that. Jaws, Mule, and I have to look at my document here. Cruz. There we go. Jaws, Mule, and Cruz. Thanks for coming on and talking with us, man. We will follow up. And, guys, don't forget, check out this challenge. Look in the show notes. Don't hesitate. We support the veterans. They support us. They bring, if you want to be selfish about it, think about it this way. Guys like Mule bring their expertise to the field. They train us. They bring our skill up to the next level. They get out, and let's be honest, guys. Guys like Mule legitimize the sport. You know what I mean? They come out with their skill set, and when people look at airsoft, they don't see the 8-year-olds on the school bus shooting each other. They see, we want them to see the guys like Mule who are out there being professionals, and the teams like TDZ who are doing the right thing in the community, putting effort forward. That's what we want guys to see. So this is like exactly what airsoft needs. You know what I mean? I know TDZ is doing this. I know John Bond up in Massachusetts. They have a community thing that they do every season, and they feed the homeless. They do all kinds of stuff. Northeast Airsoft Podcast, guys, go check them out. But definitely, guys, this should be multiple challenges to you, to every regular player. The PTSD challenge, and help the community, man. They help us. They tolerate our shit. They tolerate us running around in the woods with guns. They don't call the cops. They sometimes they do, yeah. But we need to we need to definitely go out and support the community. Anything we can do to make the face of airsoft better and more presentable, that's what we need to do. Because airsoft does help soldiers. It does give lonely guys like me something to do on the weekends. So we need to go and support my habit and something that helps soldiers. I say, why the hell not? Okay, on that very weird note, thanks a lot, guys. I'm James with This Week in Airsoft, and we'll see you next time.